Coming up on this week's episode of Hell's Second Podcast, I get my foot stuck in a giraffe, and then Fraser tries to get it out of the giraffe, whilst our special guest tries to eat the giraffe.
All on this week's episode of...
I'm stuck in a podcast! My name's Kai.
And my name is Fraser.
And how are you, Fraser?
I'm doing rather dandy. Do you know what? I completely forgot that it was a Monday today. Do you know why?
Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a Wednesday when this episode comes out, but today we're recording, it's a Monday, and I started off today like, oh yeah, it's a Monday, it's a perfect day, and then somebody said in Discord, no it's not, and I was like, what? And then I was like, hold on a minute, it is! What made you... whatever. But yeah, today has actually been quite good. How about you, Kai?
Yeah, it's been alright. I feel like the days are like really different, like the last few days. When I was driving on...
Do you think they're getting quicker?
Huh?
Do you think they're getting quicker?
Maybe. On Saturday I was driving, right? And I was planning my day as if school kids were just about to come out, you know? Like, so I could like avoid the school kids. And then it took me until I reached my destination to realise, hold on, it's a Saturday. I was like, wow, the roads are a little bit empty. Why is that? Oh wow, everything's quite empty. Why is there school kids walking around in normal clothes? You know?
Non-school uniform day.
It could have been.
Also known as not even fucking school day.
Yeah, and then yesterday I thought it was Saturday, and today I haven't actually done anything yet, so maybe it's Sunday.
You haven't done anything yet?
No, I've been waiting for a video and haven't got it yet.
Oh, I see. Well, that explains why...
I've got it now. It's uploading. So I've got half of it, but I can't start it.
What? Oh, do you want to give spoilers? What's the video?
Reddit.
Oh, I see. Fair enough. Right, well, today we've got a lovely special episode. Yeah, a lovely special episode. But we've also got a lovely special guest with us today.
Britney Spears?
Britney Spears!
Britney Spears!
Hi, Britney Spears.
Hello, my name's Britney Spears.
You sound like the Queen, Britney Spears.
It's because I am the Queen.
Oh.
It's
Can you sing your favourite song?
I've gone into a memory blank. I all of a sudden can't remember what I sang.
The Britney Spears rendition of God Save the Queen.
By the Sex Pistols, not the national anthem.
God save the Queen! It's a thingy regime.
Oh, I'm glad you got the. I'm glad you knew like part of the lyrics.
Oh dear.
Hello.
And for those of you that don't know, we've got a good friend here, Aidan.
Hello.
Also known as Britney Spears.
How are you doing, Britney Aidan?
I am doing very fine, you know. As you can tell, I go by Aidan by day and Britney by night. So I have two personalities, you know. I have
Hannah
to follow
Montana?
Yeah, you could chuck in Hannah Montana as well. I have a third.
What about by evening? Because it's currently like 6 o'clock, and it's like that weird time between day and night. Is this where you kind of turn into whoever?
Yeah, I mean, today around about this sort of time is I'm feeling like Boris Johnson, and I feel like painting buses. Buses.
With paint.
Yes.
And you like to watch the people enjoying themselves.
Yes. Yes. And
is it just me that think that bit sounds really, really weird?
It
To be honest, every sentence that comes out of him sounds very, very weird.
It sounds very weird.
It's very weird.
Yes, blue and weird.
Blue. You know, you have to be very interesting and paint blue buses.
Vegan.
What's been going on in your life then, Aidan? You've had some eventful stuff going on lately.
Yes, I have some very eventful stuff because I am now employed, finally. So the employed life is going very well, and I now possess the job role as warehouse assistant. Very exciting, I know. It's a very exciting job role.
Is that your first job since lockdown, Aidan? Or is this like... What's going on?
Pretty much. So, ever since lockdown, I haven't really been able to do much, because before then I was been a bartender, and as you know, pubs were shut during lockdown. Not allowed to do it. It was a bit much like a sin if you went into one. So I was going around doing nothing. And then I thought, you know what? I want to go get a job because I need to get money getting earned. So there was a job advert in the paper. Went to go and apply via email, set the CV in. And then it was a Sunday morning at about 9 o'clock. And I was like still in the process of waking up, picking up the phone, doing what was essentially just like a very quick interview. And then they said, well, do you want to try a shift out tomorrow? And I was like, all right then, I'll try it out. Went in. Shall I tell you what the job's about in this warehouse?
Yeah,
go for it.
So, my job role: watch the paper coming out of the heating shrink wrap machine. I pile it up and put it into like a memorable number. Check if the paper that has been shrink wrapped has any holes. Put paper into box. Seal box up and make sure it's all packed down nicely. Put box on pallet and repeat. That is it. That is what my job involves. And also as a bonus, splitting the paper up and helping the shrink wrapper. But that is my job. Yes, it's very demanding and tiresome, but it's 5 hours a day.
I can imagine being in a warehouse.
Yeah. Also, I'm starting to see the brutal outcome of doing it already. My fingers are starting to see the light of work already. Hard work.
Have you had a paper cut?
Yes, I have had a paper cut.
Hey, that was our bet, wasn't it? That was our bet.
I did have a... Do you want to know where this paper cut is? It's in the worst possible place.
Well, that makes it sound like your penis.
Why would I be holding paper in a...
Well, I don't know, you say it's the worst possible place, and that's probably one of the worst possible places you could get one.
Yeah. I'm wearing clothes in a... What? Do you expect me to be
I don't know that. You might not be.
It might, it's coming up to summer. You don't know what these warehouse blokes do. You might get stripped naked.
I mean, in the summer, there's no insulation there, so it could be baking for all I know, so who knows?
Yeah,
but, no, so on your finger, you know where you've got, like, the sort of creases in, like, your fingers.
Oh,
yeah, I got a paper cut there, and it's absolutely horrible. Mm-hmm.
So, like, whenever you bend your finger, it hurts?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hate that.
It's getting slightly better, but in the past few days, it's absolutely been hurting, like, trying to close it up. Still hurts a little bit.
I think that is one of two horrible, worst places on your hand. The second one being in between your fingers on, like, the webbed bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that is the second worst bit. But otherwise, yeah, you've got the other worst possible place you can have it on your hand. So, ouch, that is not fun at all.
What about, like, on the back of, like, your thumb or whatever, you know, where, like, you bend your thumb, and then, like, every time, like, you bend your thumb, it, like, basically opens the wound back up.
Oh, like, this is getting a bit too gruesome for me.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty much getting gruesome.
Hey, but that's good though. Are you happy to get back out the house, back into action? Are you still... Oh, and a follow-on from that as well. Are you still going to keep your pub job?
Well, pub job's in the evening. I don't know. I haven't heard anything from them yet, so I have no idea. But at least I'm in the world of work for the time being, getting back into it, and something that I can stick on my CV, which is good. It's better to have something to do with work rather than nothing. So I'm seeing it as a bonus. I'm seeing it as a bonus for the time being. But, yeah, no idea on what the pub thing's going on. Haven't had any contact from them, so...
How are the people in the warehouse? I hear that warehouses have really good banter.
It's been pretty good. I mean, we're more of like...
They take their clothes off.
Yeah, they take their clothes off. You know, it's a tradition, like about 8 o'clock, it's like the naked hour or something. No, it doesn't happen.
Explains the people they guillotine off your first pair of clothes.
Yeah.
Oh,
explains the paper cuts at least. So.
Yeah, it explains paper cuts quite a lot. But no, it's been pretty good. We're pretty good. I mean, we just socialise sometimes, but we're mainly just getting on with it, just getting on with our sort of job. We have sort of a little small conversation here and there, but I'd say more of the banter takes place during break, really, when we just have a little chat and everything. And during my first few days of work, I gotta tell you, after like not really doing much, like out of the few months to then all of a sudden getting into a labour intensive bit of work, my back absolutely killed. Like,
Oh,
when I got back.
You know what you need.
I
for
know
that,
I'm an
Aidan?
old man. Go on. What do I need?
Nice bath.
I wish I had a bath, but the bath downstairs is gone, and we mainly have a shower in there. It's gone walking down the road, you know. I had enough.
What if you ask your neighbour?
I mean, would my neighbour just knock it on? I was like, "Hello, can I please just use your bath, please?"
Well, yeah, if you like, you like do it like with the towel already around you. They can't say no, then can they?
I don't know how.
I mean, the first issue was having the bath downstairs. Like, I've never seen a bath downstairs
I used to have a
before.
bath downstairs.
Really?
Yeah, my last house.
Oh.
Fraser doesn't know what old houses
Maybe
are
I'm the
like.
weird one, never experiencing baths downstairs.
To be fair, they're more common upstairs than downstairs, which is a bit
Nowadays,
weird.
yeah.
You think about it, because if I don't know, it's like generally if it's downstairs, wouldn't like the water easily drain quicker?
I think it's more for convenient access to the bedroom, isn't it? So, like, you
I
just get out,
suppose.
you're stank naked, and you're going straight into the bedroom to get clothes on.
I suppose.
Yeah, but
Oh my god. Aidan, can I pitch you an idea of which I verbally now sign a contract with you to say I want 20% of any profits if you do go ahead with this?
That sounds dangerous, Aidan. Be careful.
sounds.
Hey, no. It's a really good idea, trust me. Right, so, you know how you see TikTok videos of people working, packaging Amazon parcels, or people
God, here
working
we
in
go.
Target and packaging those parcels, or even more recently, I keep getting this guy who works in Subway being recommended on my YouTube feed. Do you want to start creating short clips of you working in the paper packaging warehouse, where you literally just package paper all the time, where you box up paper, you do all of the stuff that you normally do, but you just film it, and then you upload little stories to TikTok and YouTube, and then you blow up, get popular, and earn money just by packing paper and putting it on the internet? Would you do that?
I only just started, Fraser.
I know, but this is surprisingly something that people watch, and I know for a fact I have watched an Amazon picker pack so many boxes, because on a Saturday morning when you're lying in bed and you got nothing better to do, when you see that you're like, I wonder what other people have ordered, and then you end up just watching a guy pack boxes.
I'll have to gain the trust of who I'm working with at the moment, but I guess if I start getting a bit more trust, maybe.
I mean, you've been butt naked. What more trust do you need?
It's been a lot of nakedness in this podcast.
All the time, buddy.
Oh my god.
Hey, but if you ever did it, would you do it? If you ever could do it, would you?
I mean, I think with the amount of stuff that it can get pretty busy sometimes with what I'm doing, like the paper could get like stacked. So
Hey, all you need to do is strap a GoPro on your chest, start recording, then you're
that's
going.
what I was thinking. I was gonna go get my GoPro, get the head mount, just put it on there, and just away I go. But you know, bit of a problem at the moment. One of my cousins stole my GoPro, so
Oh
Still your cousin.
yeah. See, it's still my cousin.
Justice for Aidan's GoPro. Can we get it trending on Twitter? Hey, and you know what? The secret word for this week is GoPro. Oh, see, we've never done that before. We've never stuck the secret word on the very end of a topic. So, tweet us at Stuck in a Podcast. The secret word is GoPro. And going back to the previous secret word, shout out to Peter, Diamond Hood Gem, and Royce,
And Melanie.
who? What?
And Melanie.
And Melanie. Who's Melanie?
Yeah, Melanie.
Okay. Who all got Cornwall,
Cornwall!
which was the secret word for the previous
Cornwall!
week. But this week it is GoPro. All thanks to the new business idea that we've just pitched to Aidan. So tweet us at Stuck in the Podcast, GoPro, and also tweet Aidan, letting him know that you're very interested in seeing paper handling warehouse videos on his TikTok or YouTube, or both. So one of the things that's happened this week to me as well is I'm going to be going into work for the first time since July last year, or June, I can't remember.
Ooh.
I'm actually going into the centre of Bristol for work, which is absolutely crazy. It kind of feels alien in a way to have to do it.
Yeah.
Like the idea of it as well in my head. You know when you you have to work the next day and you can't get to sleep because you're continuously thinking about the next day and planning ahead.
I know exactly the same feeling it was like when I was like starting to my first sort of job at the warehouse. I was just cold sweats.
Yeah, I have a feeling that I always get it on Mondays, on Monday nights. But sorry, Sunday nights going into Monday, because I'm always like, oh gosh, I have to work tomorrow. What if I don't get to sleep? And then end up thinking too much about not getting to sleep. That I don't get to sleep. Yeah, I have a feeling that's going to happen on Tuesday night, because it just feels weird that I'm going to have to get up mega early
you have to drive as well.
I have to drive. Do you know what? This is actually quite good, because I've been using my car so much lately. I'll get more into that later. But yeah, to be able to drive into the centre of Bristol, I think it's going to be good to feel... It's not normal, but to have some kind of like old normality back into me, it's going to be nice to experience that again. But yeah, I have to go into work this week. And one of the things that we need to do in order to go into work is work requires you to take 2 COVID tests a week. So I have had my first ever COVID test, which I knew was going to be negative. But, you know, you've still got to do it, and you got to sign it up to the government as well to say, yeah, I've done my test, there you go. Do you know what? It's not as bad as people make it out to be, but it is also very, very not nice.
So I know that with the I saw a thing on Sky where they had like the swab going onto the back of the throat, back of the nose. Is that the same sort of thing with this COVID test, or is it so completely different?
Yes. Yeah, no, it's pretty much the exact same thing. So now that I've done it, I can actually explain it in detail.
You kind of put it on a thing, don't you? To like, is that right? You put it on a thing afterwards.
Yeah, you'll see. So basically, you start off, you get out all of your equipment from the pack that's sent to you by the government. And there's loads of stuff in there, mind. You get like this, you get the swab, you get the liquid, which is kind of like the sample liquid. You get a little tube to put the liquid in when you mix the swab in with it. You get the actual test thing itself. You get a little information booklet. I think that's it. And basically, what you have to do is you have to set everything out in front of you. Obviously, wash your hands a couple of times as well. Set everything out in front of you. You got to take the swab, you unpack it, and then first thing you need to do is you need to swab your tonsils, both tonsils, 4 times. Mm-hmm. So you rub it hard on one side, rub it hard on the other, backwards, forwards 4 times. Once you've done that, you got to make sure also it doesn't touch your tongue or anything else, because that contaminates it. It doesn't really matter a massive amount, I don't think, but to make sure it's a good test, don't lick it or anything. Just make sure you try and avoid it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Then you got to take that same swab out of your mouth and you got to stick it up your nose.
Yeah.
So the exact same swab. See, I thought it was different. I thought you have to do like 2 swabs, one for your nose, one for your mouth. But no, you have to take your tonsil-touched swab and stick it up your nose up until you feel a bit of resistance. And then you've got to circle it round your nose 10 times.
Yeah.
Now, 10 is crazy. Like 5, I could probably deal with. But as I was getting to 5, my eyes started watering really badly.
Yeah.
Which is... Go on, Aidan.
I was just going to say, it just sounds like torture at that point. Just taking the same thing that's gone down the back of your throat into your nose and having to swirl it around.
It's not a massive amount. It's not a massive amount bad, but it is... Do you know what? I'd rather it that way around than stick it up your nose and then sticking your nose juices in your mouth. That'd be disgusting.
I think that's how it used to be done, you know.
Yeah, no, I'd rather not do that. That'd be pretty gross. So I'm fine with it being that way around. Anyway, just before you take the swab as well, you're supposed to unclasp this liquid container and stick it into a pot.
Yep.
And then you stick that pot to the side. So once you've taken your swab, you then dip and swirl around the swab for like 15 seconds in this liquid.
Yep.
Then all of the juices from the back of your throat and through your nose go into that liquid. And that is kind of like your sample of juice, I guess. I'm going to call it juice because I can't remember the official word for it.
Juice.
But it's juice with your germs, bacteria, that sort of stuff in it.
Blue juice.
And... And once you've swirled it around, you stick on the lid, and that lid then turns into a little squeezy thing. So you turn it upside down, you grab your sample tray, and you squirt 2 drops onto the sample bit. And then you leave that to the side and you leave it for 30 minutes. You're not allowed to knock it, you're not allowed to touch it, you're not allowed to move it. You just got to leave it to the side for 30 minutes. And then what happens is it's kind of like a pregnancy test at that point. You have the control line labeled C, and then you have the test line labeled T. The control line will appear once you've taken your test, and it will just be that control line that appears if you're negative. If you are positive, a line will also appear next to the T line, the test line. So you have 2 lines if you're positive. And then if only one line appears next to test and nothing appears next to control, then the test is void. You've got to do it again.
Yeah.
Right.
And yeah, once you've done that, you stick it all into a disposal bag. Obviously, you record your test online, go into the official government testing page to record like the actual test palette and your information to say what it is, who you are, what it is, and then you throw it in the bin. But overall, it's not comfortable. It's not bad. Like some people are like, oh my god, it's so disgusting. Blech, I hate doing it every single day. And I can totally see why people would hate doing it every single day. But it's not disgusting. It's
I
just
guess
a
the
bit
more you do it,
inconvenient.
though, the more like bearable it'll be.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like I know some people that have like had to have one every day for the last, or not like every day, but like twice a week for the last year almost. And they say first time awful, but now it's just like stick it in, back out.
We'll take schools,
I guess it's
for
kind
instance.
of like sensitivity in a way, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like when you do things a certain amount of time, you lose sensitivity.
Yes.
Do you have to do that for your work, Aidan?
Surprisingly, no. We're all a bit like, this is a bit of a weird sort of one. In our work, it's going to be a shocker for you. No masks, no social
way.
distance. Yeah, it's all a bit weird, really. I
be
when
fair,
I went,
Isolation?
I was like speaking, it's like, well, I was about to go in, I was saying, do you want me to wear a mask? Because I brought a mask with me, do you want me to wear a mask? And they were like, nah, it's fine. They have hand sanitizer at like at entrance so that you can hand sanitize yourself. But apart from that, once you're in,
Is there like actual airflow going into the building or anything? Like,
yeah,
are the
so
garage doors open all the time?
yeah, so the bay door is open, and it's like that lets quite a lot through.
See, that doesn't surprise me that you said that, because I think it's the same with like Tesco and stuff. You know. I guess they don't need like tests per week, and they don't also have to wear masks if they're round back. And same with like it seems like a lot of food places as well. I went to Five Guys yesterday, and none of their staff are wearing masks.
That's because food's all outside now, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're making it indoors together still and whatever else.
Yeah, it's that
Interesting.
factory. It's a bit of a weird one, the sort of a factory environment. How they're not really doing that sort of social distance thing and masks or anything, because it just felt a bit weird all of a sudden going into a working environment and not having any. It feels as if it was like pre-COVID going in there. It's like, oh, this just looks normal, like a normal day.
Maybe because they know who's working on what days.
That's probably
it'll only
true.
be,
Yeah,
like, bad if it's like one person's like, okay,
yeah,
like, you know.
Yeah.
and because I
And
guess
maybe for the restaurants as well. Maybe they're doing the tests as well, but we don't know. So they
it's
know
possible.
that the staff that are in there already tested, they've tested negative, and that's why they're allowed to walk around.
Yeah, it's possible.
yeah,
It's
possible. Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. Maybe they've been vaccinated as well, because I think it's almost reached 13 million for both doses today.
Hey, that's good.
So
That's really good.
Pretty good.
Oh, and they've recently expanded it to 44-year-olds. So they expanded it to 45.
Yes.
And I think because they're obviously balancing the load between first shot and second shot, they're starting to roll it out more slowly. So they just expanded it to 44-year-olds. So only 21 more years to go, and then I could get one.
You know what? I did look at the calculator or whatever. You know that calculator that's existed for.
Oh yeah.
I had a look at that earlier, and if we put like our age in, for example, it now says we should get ours in June.
I'll believe it when I see it, but I would love to. If they got that, that would be incredible.
Yeah, but I guess it depends on which doses like they go for and whatever else. They might say that we can have the 1 dose one. They might say we can have the 2 dose one. Who knows? Wait and see.
Yeah.
Look, I don't mind which one I get, just as long as I can get it and end this
same.
ordeal, and I can go and visit friends again. That's all I care about. Just give me whatever one's available.
Yeah.
I'm with you there, Aidan. I'm totally with you there. The sooner we can get out and watch movies again, I'll be so happy.
Oh yes, I'm looking forward to watch some more films. So good.
What about you, Kai? So that's my
Hello.
week that I've got coming up ahead. What have you been doing lately? Because you've got something coming up this week as well.
Yeah, I have loads planned.
You do, actually?
You know what I do? I can tell you exactly what's happened. Yesterday, I went for my first day out in... since probably September, October.
Nice.
Went into Canterbury with Rosie for the day. We went and did some shopping. Which, again, like I said with the Five Guys thing, weird that they didn't have, like, masks and whatever else on in there, but fair, fine. And it's quite weird when you go into like a shop and whatever else, especially when they're like smaller shops. People just don't really social distance at all because there's not really the room to, I guess.
Of course, yeah.
So it's taken that with like a bit of like a warning, I guess, you know. But generally, in the whole of like Canterbury or something like the whole of Canterbury itself right now, there's about 2 cases, I think. So chances of getting it is unlikely, but still possible, obviously. So
That's quite crazy to hear that Canterbury's only got 2 cases, because it went from UK obviously having it, and then it was just like the UK was getting better, but the entirety of the southeast of England was like a no-go zone.
Yeah, it's weird. If I look at the map like right now, as a constituency, obviously Canterbury counts into about about a quarter of Kent, probably, you know. But if you actually like zoom into Canterbury itself, there's like 3 cases in the last 7 days, so pretty good.
So much better.
But we did that yesterday, and we're going to the zoo on Wednesday. Woo! Hey! So once this is out, I will probably be home. But that'll be good, and I might get some film. Might make that Friday's video for this week, because I think that's quite a nice little sweet one, I guess. Bit more normality, I guess, involved. The only downside of it is the indoors of like indoor parts of the zoo are closed, so like reptiles, aquarium, butterfly enclosure, that sort of thing. The bats.
Right.
But everything else like outdoors is open. You don't have to wear a mask around, so that's quite nice.
That'll be fun. Is the zoo you're going to, does that have like a safari trail, like where you can drive around?
It doesn't. It has walk-in things like walk-in lemurs, but you can't go in there either, so that's quite sad.
Oh, I see. Hey, it won't be too bad though. Nice to
yeah,
get
it'd
out
be
and
nice.
about.
Exactly. It's nice just to go and do things, I think, at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing the penguins.
Oh,
and
I
the
love the
flamingos.
penguins.
Aw.
Go on. Everyone name an animal and I'll say if it's got it or not.
Quokka.
No.
I mean, I knew the answer was going to be no.
Yeah.
No, not a giraffe.
They have got a giraffe.
Oh, giraffe. Okay,
Hey,
yeah.
Yeah, they got
Nice.
a giraffe.
Talking of quokkas and zoos,
Go on.
some of you will know from the podcast that we had our friend Lauren, also known as Modern Pine, on
I know
the
what you're going
podcast
to say here.
when she was talking about her move to Australia. She went to the zoo the other week. And she was wandering around. She saw a sign which said "Quokkas this way," and instantly she's like, "Oh my god, I gotta go!" And then she went and saw quokkas and took pictures next to quokkas, and then she put it on Instagram. And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so fucking jealous!" She's seen a quokka, and I haven't. I want to see quokkas.
They're
We know
so
where
cool.
Fraser's-
They're so cool.
Well, we know where Fraser's next holiday destination is going to be then.
I'd totally be down for it. Do you know what? I was thinking about it. Like, at the end of last year, I had so much holiday from work that I needed to use. Like, I literally had like 3 weeks, maybe just over 3 weeks worth of holiday that I need to use. And if I combine them back to back, that's like, hey, that's a good holiday away in Australia. So I genuinely was thinking, what if I went away to Australia? But obviously then the second wave hit, or third wave, I can't remember how many waves, whatever it was. Yeah, the next wave hit at that point, and the entire
sucky
world
wave.
once again stage shut down.
I think Singapore would be a really cool place to go on holiday, you know.
Oh, that would be cool.
Have you seen the airport? Like, have you seen how massive it is?
The big waterfall circle.
Yeah, it's
I-
got a cinema in there, it's got a swimming pool in there, it's got everything, and you're allowed
I just
to
wouldn't
use it when
leave.
you're there.
I'd arrive like 3 days early for my flight,
yeah.
just to stay there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The entirety of Singapore, like I've seen bits about it, and like I've seen the airport. It's just so much cool stuff there. Like,
So good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
We got to get to that side of the world at some point.
100%.
Because I don't know. Where's the furthest like we've all gone? Florida, Aidan,
definitely
California
Florida
/ Seattle.
Yeah, the furthest I've been is San Francisco, pretty much other side of the States. That's how far I've been.
So I don't know why I said Seattle. For some reason, San Francisco went to Seattle in my brain.
Bloody iCarly, isn't it?
Probably, yeah. Aidan is a very big Carly in my head.
Another persona of mine, you know. I have so many personas. Can't keep track of them. I'm now Carly. And
you are? God. Go on, sing us the iCarly theme tune, Carly.
I know you think how the world will change me. Feels so wonderful.
Big bong.
Very nice.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for that.
I think
rendition.
To end off, we should say, what's one thing we would like to do in the next 6 months?
Go on holiday.
Yeah.
Yep.
A holiday.
Yeah,
That would be the
meant
big
to go on
one.
holiday in 6 months, so I'd hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, one final thing before we end off. I just wanted to focus on a funny thing which happened today. So a couple of weeks ago, I uploaded a video onto YouTube.
Yes.
Titled Habbo Hotel in 2021 is horrible. And I basically went around Habbo Hotel, created my character, did a few games, so on and so forth. And in one of those games, it was called the Fridge Game. And the Fridge Game was simply a game all about going through, you open the fridge, if you get ice cream, I can't remember what the exact rules are, but it's something like if you get ice cream, you get to pick to kick somebody else out the game. If you get a drink, you're safe, or if you get food, then you instantly get removed from the game.
Right.
So I made that video, and I just started playing the game, and somebody kicked me straight away. And I was like, oh my god, no, I can't believe I've been kicked straight away just after I said I hope I'm not the first one to be kicked. So that person that kicked me found my video. They watched my video. And they sent me a DM overnight on Instagram. And they also left a comment on my latest post on Instagram saying, hey, check your DMs real quick, #Habbo. And I was like, what? I checked my DMs. And they sent me a direct message with a screenshot from in-game. Inside my hotel room, where they said, I'm sorry for kicking you in the Fridge Game. So that person found my video and sent me a DM, and I was like, oh my god, this has made my morning.
That's so funny.
Oh, it's great.
Because
it's great.
I kind of want to make another Habbo Hotel video. It's kind of a funny thing to lead on to.
Yeah, go on, do it.
I think it hasn't gone down well a massive amount with people that are subscribed to the channel, but it's gone down well with YouTube search because it's now on like 672 views.
Nice.
So, hopefully, maybe I'll do another one. Maybe I'll do another one soon. We'll see. Keep your eyes on the channel. Oh, also keep your eyes out on Sunday, where I'm going to be announcing a new channel, which some people already know about, but yeah. Okay, yeah. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you for your time.
Cool. Anything else, or is that it for today?
Good from me.
Yes, about it, really.
Cool. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this week's episode of... We upload this every single Wednesday on Spotify, so be sure to leave us a little follow if you want to stay up to date. And also follow us on our Twitters @StuckInAPodcast, @Kai Ross-Best, @FraserIRL, and @LegoRacer97 if you want to stay updated with any of us. Anything else anyone wants to say?
No, not really.
Nah, I'm all good.
Cool. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next time. And remember, don't get your giraffe stuck in your foot.
Bitch.
Bitch.